Coming at number 10 we have Our Sunny Days. This manhwa is about Sung-ho, a soldier who just get back from a mission and suddenly become a father. Turn out that his girlfriend that he broke up from years ago got as pregnant. With the sudden news, he prepared nothing, a house, cloths, and even a job. And so he decided to live in a countryside that is far away from the city. At first thought Sung-ho is really scared on the things that just happened. Taking care of a baby by himself is a big deal for an orphan like him. After her girlfriend left the baby with him, he think of putting the baby for adoption. But when he realized that the baby is his only family right now, so he decide to raise, and while he's in the flow of raising the bae, he still need to get a job in order to feed both of them, and that's when he asked for a vacant position to the owner of the convenience store near his house, and that where he meet Kwon Haebom, the owner of the store who has the first impression as the short-tempered owner of the supermarket. This manhwa is really fun and entertaining. You can really tell the power this story holds when it comes to its climax. At number 9 we have Butler. This manhwa is about our beta Son Yeon, the butler of the handsome CEO Yoo Jae-kwon. But our beta Son Yeon has little secret that no one knows, and that is he have a crush on his boss who's a total player. He's a type of person who brings a lot of different people into his hotel. Ironically that the person who serve him when he's with someone else is Son Yeon, and one time when the CEO is having a hard time on controlling his heat circle, the person who helped him is Son Yeon. Knowing that Son is a beta and can't be affected by the pheromones, but the time he help him is the time when his beta self is turning into omega self. This manhwa is really one of the best manhwa I've read and still reading since it's still ongoing. Also their baby is so cute. Having pink-haired baby is just a dream. At number 8 we have the villain who become pregnant with the alpha's child. This manhwa is about Sung Yoon-yul, a person who works his life as a construction worker, but his life has a never-ending cycle, it like pouring a water in a bottomless pit, and when he reach his limit, an old lady come to him and offer him to be in the book. With no other choice, Sung Yoon-yul read the book and he suddenly got transmitted into a novel book where he possees the character of the Omega villain. And with the idea of how the story will flow, he changed his identity for the sake of his child. But when he was serving an old costumer of his restaurant, he saw the guy beside him who is unknowingly familiar for him. And this guy is the Alpha Kong Jun who is the father of their child. This manhwa is the typical boys love manhwa that does this and that. But the idea of transmitted yaoi manhwa with a baby really caught my attention. It's just so unique and smart that they think this way. At number 7 we have Surge Looking for You. This manhwa is about Chung-ho, a strange alpha who has a really weak and fragile physical body and yet he wishes to be the top of their swimming competition. But this weakness of him can actually cured by sleeping with an omega. But our alpha also has a fear in omega pheromones. He hate the scent of every omega not until he meet Yi Rim, an omega who does not have that unpleasant scent around him that Chung-ho find really unpleasant, and with that one reason, he approach Yi Rim and ask him to have relationship with him without string attached, and Yi Rim on the other hand is beyond happy to help Chung-ho with his illness, and so they started their relationship in order for Chung-ho to be at the top of his swimming career. This manhwa is really cute. It's giving me teen fiction Wattpad story but in a boys love version. Also love their baby so much. At number 6 we have Pheromone Baby. This manhwa is about our beta Jihan, a person who's living his life as someone who worries nothings, but that life didn't last when he got pregnant by an alpha who lives next door. Jihan on the other hand seems to be confused at that moment, knowing that he live his life as beta and suddenly become an omega for some unknown reason. With some thinking, Jihan decided to take the baby and never tell things about the baby to Yoon-seo, who is the father of the bae and a college student, and when he decided to do that, Yoon-seo admitted that the pregnancy and the change of his trait is all his plan to be with him. This manhwa is really something. Maybe because we get to see a really beautiful alpha and a buff omega who also older than the alpha. And if you're a type of person who into that, then this manhwa might be for you. At number 5 we have Honey Trouble. This manhwa is about Woo-ju and Jin-hyo. Two both young man has a relationship that is practically inseparable. There's definitely something simmering between the two of them, but the things is Ji-hyun is an alpha and Woo-ju is just a beta. Not to mention that Woo-ju's had his eyes on someone else, and knowing that Jin-hyo is the only person he can ask about this matter, he take the risk on telling him about his feelings to someone, and his ever-good friend Ji-hyun makes an unexpected suggestion to Woo-ju in order to get the attention of the one he desires, and this suggestion started to tarnish the friendship that these young men build for years. It has come to a point where Jin-hyun is manipulation how Woo-ju think, and turn out to possessiveness. This manhwa is legit one of the best Omega verse manhwa I've read. Also the recessive Omega thing is also here to watch out for the cute baby of them. At number 4 we have Instant Family. This manhwa is about Sejun, an Omega who has spent his life hating on Alpha after his cousin sold him up to some Alpha. But this insight about all the Alpha change when he meet Taeyeon, an Alpha who shows him the care and love of a human being to someone they actually care off. But before Sejun life started to crumbles, he was a little kid who has a happy family and wealth that could support his entire life. But when his mother died from an accident everything started to take turn, and his father who is now a disabled person is someone Sejun treasure the most and been providing in exchange of his cousin who keep on pushing him into other Alpha. But when he meet Taehoon and spend a night with him, everything changes because of the baby that formed from the love of both of them. Scare Sejun never tell about this to anyone. But the baby also give him the broken pheromones to get fixed. At number 3 we have Help Me Teacher. This manhwa is about Teacher Yu, a person who's living himself as a beta and suddenly got diagnosed as an Omega. And when H wanted to get consulted by his nurse friend, he suddenly got into heat cycle together with the PE teacher, and out of goodwill, the PE teacher helped him to get into the school clinic to get some medicine for his heat circle. But surprisingly, the nurse who's in charge of the clinic is the friend that Teacher Yu wanted to meet, and with a very strong pheromones coming from Teacher Yu, the PE teacher has no choice but to give his best and other for him to calm down. And because Nurse Choik has an unconditional love with Teacher Yu, he also helped him to relax that made the three of them having a strange love triangle relationship. This manhwa has been discontinued because the author says that it's already finished. But I really love for you guys to try reading this manhwa and give your feedback on the comment section. At number 2 we have December. This manhwa is about Yeon Woo, a person who has a problem that just got involved into someone's problem that turned out to be the same problem that he's facing, and with the thought that the little guy is cute and in need help, he helped him that ended for them to sleep together, and after that night, Yeon Woo never lower his guard to any alphas around him. Thinking that they might take advantage that an alpha pheromone can instantly make Omega shake their legs into weakness. But one time he smelled the same exact scent he smelled 2 years ago after he helped a little child, and this child is the alpha Kim Shin. This manhwa is really mild and soft for the idea of Omega verse, but I really love the concept and the style that author has to offer. At number 1 Evenly Matched Love. This manhwa is about Yunshin, the bodyguard of the Prince Aslan and the sole person who can bear a powerful vessel out of his body. It means that Yushin is the only person who can give birth to commoner that can even surpass a tyrant or the emperor, and when Aslan heat cycle came, the only person who could help him is his bodyguard Yunshin, and that one night ended up for Yunshin to bear a twins, and with the pregnancy scare that Yunshin felt, he run away and live in the countryside with his twins that has so much capabilities even when they're just a child. This manhwa is really cute and fun to read, knowing that we get to see an iconic plot in manhwa where the uke run away with their baby, and the semi will do anything to find him. And that's all for today's recommendation. I hope you guys find a manhwa that caught your interest. If you have any recommendations of manhwa for me to read or to put on my next video, please let me know in the comment section and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you and keep safe.